Hey folks, it's Keith, Victor Echo 3, Sierra Victor Quebec up in Ottawa. Back today with yet another video looking at the Reverse Beacon Network or the RBN. Now, as I mentioned in other videos, I get a lot of the ideas for these videos from questions that come about in class. And very often it's just something that someone says, and I go, yeah, maybe we should make a video on that. So, this particular video and the previous one as well came out of a question we were asked in class. And I say we because there were two of us there. Now, the way it works with LICW, and yes, I coach for them, I have a level one class, and at the same time as my class, we have another class which is being run by Don K0DWZ, and he runs the level two class. So when the classes are over, we go into one large room. Basically, we combine the two classes and we answer questions. So this is one where we had received a question on it, and Don proceeded to demonstrate it. So watching it, I thought that'll make a great video because a lot of people don't know this stuff. And if I look at one of the other videos I've done on the RBN, over 7,000 views in a very short period of time. So there's a lot of people who don't know the system or how it works. So the purpose of this video answers a question that anybody in ham radio always has, probably daily. I wonder how far my signal is getting out. And that's pretty important, especially if you're in a contest or if you're trying to reach one particular person somewhere in the world. You need to know if you can get there. So this video, which is really, like I said, it's another one connected to the previous one, looks at how can you tell where your signal's going, who's picking it up, what countries, and so on. Now, as mentioned in the previous video, the RBN is a network of beacons which will pick up Morse code signals. So what in this case, like I said, how do we do it? How do you know where your signal's going? Watch and find out. All right, so what we have here is the main page for the Reverse Beacon Network, or the RBN as we call it for short. The website, very simple, reversebeacon.net. What you're going to do is you're going to look on the main page for right up here at the top, but third or fourth line down, it's going to say main page. That's the link you want. So you click into that. And this is what comes up. So this is what's happening in the world of Morse code right now. The red dots are the beacons who are picking up people's signals. The blue dots are the individual stations. So you can see there's an awful lot of activity. So this is perfect if you want to look for, if there's a contest on, you want to see, who you should be focusing on, especially if you have an antenna that you can swing in a certain direction, which I don't have, but many people do. So you can look down the left-hand side and you're going to see some of the people who were spotted. So there's a VA3IK, K1EBY, and so on. So there's lots of people out there at the moment. And we have a couple of different bands going. So if we wanted to do it ourselves, how far are we getting out as an individual? Go over to the right-hand side of everything. And you're going to see maximum rows, maximum age. Now I've got one for 1 hour. So let's say I was to chop that down to, I don't know, let's do 10 minutes. And so we'll change the 10, and then we'll go in and we're going to change the hours to minutes. You can do months, years, and so on too. So CW speed 5 to 12. So, okay, let's go up to 15 just to make it more exciting. There we go. So that's what's happening. So if you look at the screen, right, it's changing constantly. So what do we want to do? We want to know how far I'm getting out, right? So you can see. So we're going to go back to this left center, to the squared box there, which says 20 meters. I'm going to click on that. We're going to do CW, CQ, and we can do DX. Then I want you to go down into the middle here where it says spotted call sign. So what call sign was spotted? And in this case, that's where you put yours. Now you notice I haven't been on, not recently anyways. So if you're looking to see where I'm going, it's going to be pretty easy because I'm looking for just that one call sign. So that's how we're going to do that part of the exercise. Now, when you do this type of testing, make sure two very important points. Number one, stay within your band based on your license requirements and obey whatever your license requirements are. That's very important. Now, if you're single sideband, you can do this as well because you can always do it in CW to check how far you're going. And I'll show you that now. With the RBN, it tends to like to hear a certain message and it likes to hear your call sign nice and clear. So when you're sending Morse code, especially if you're new, you may not get picked up. And even when I do it, I'm going to say I get picked up maybe 50% of the time when I send the test message. So if you want to cut all that nonsense out and make sure you can get through and save yourself some time, do what a lot of people do. You use the memory setting on your radio. Most of the modern radios have a memory setting. So you can go in and fill out what it is that you need to send. Now at this point, I'm going to be on the 14, not the 14, I'm going to be on the 20 meter band and I'm going to see how this works and we're going to try the memories. So, like I say, you can use the memories on your radio. Now, mine's an IC 7300. I don't know, I think it's 8 memories, maybe more. So I have inputted everything that I need to send essentially. So the computer that is receiving it, the beacon that's receiving it, is going to get almost, you know, perfect code coming out of my radio. It will be my radio sending the code, not me. So what do you do? So I'm on the 20 meter band and I'm going to find out where my signal is going. So first thing you're going to do is check and make sure that that frequency you're on is not being used by anyone. So that's the QRL question mark, and I like to send it 2 or 3 times so I can really listen and make sure I'm not interfering with someone else who's out there. Here we go. All right, listen and see if anyone comes back. Not hearing anyone. We'll try again. And again, nobody coming back. So this time we're going to send the test message. All right, so we'll try the test message. And again, like I said, you can use your radio's memory settings. So here goes one, and we'll see how this works. All right, so here we are here, back on the screen. There I am in Ottawa. So where am I getting on 20 meters? I'm not getting over to Europe at all right now. I'm getting out sort of that part of the United States. Let's see, let's shrink that screen down a bit. So we'll go. All right, so there's where I'm getting basically parts of the US and into parts of the Central America area there. So that's where my 20 meters is going right now. No, certainly not the greatest signal. Now, for anyone looking, there's me there, the number of miles to that particular beacon. There's the frequency I was on, was a CQ call, 12 words per minute, and I was on 66 seconds ago. So this will give somebody an idea, how long have I been on? Could they want to try and reach me? Whatever the case might be. So let's get rid of the 20. And just for fun, we're going to go try 40, exact same way as before. So we'll do the QRL, make sure this frequency is free. All right, so now we're going to hit the button and try the 40. We've done the QRLs and nobody's come back. So here goes the test message. me just turn my radio off. Now, let's see if I come up on this one under the 40. So there's my call. Usually takes a few seconds. Let's just see if anybody picked that up. Oh, there we are. Like I said, it can take a few minutes for it to pick in. So there's the 40. There's my 40 in there, sort of the yellow that you see. That's where I'm getting out to right now. So if anyone was looking on any or all of the bands, there's my 20, there's my 40. So I take the 20 off. Look where I'm getting out. Virtually nowhere. There you go. Virtually nowhere. Not even making Washington from Ottawa. So 40 for me is basically dead unless I just wanted to talk to the East Coast. So that was about it. So again, that gives you one more idea as to how you can use this. It is a bit of fun, and it does help you to see how your signal's doing. You can even compare, if you have different antennas, you can always try those out and compare them. Lots of different things you can do with this. So there you go. It's a very interesting exercise and quite a lot of fun to do. And of course, like you say, for ham radio, you always want to know if your signal's getting out, especially in the summer when conditions aren't all that good a lot of the time. I find, of course, in the winter, I tend to get out further. So, anyways, there you go. Try it on your own, experiment with it, play with it. You're going to find it interesting and very worthwhile. That's Keith. Victor Echo 3, Sierra Victor, Quebec, wishing everyone a great day. 73.